It's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing. Nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
Wow. Yeah, this is
What's up, everybody? We'll wait for everybody to trickle in. I apologize. Do not know what happened. I just got booted. I got the big boot. Oh well. Technology. Live and die by the internet. What am I supposed to do? I apologize. Oh well. Somebody wins round one. What's up, people? Just like it again. How's that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't know what happened. I apologize, guys. And we had our momentum from... If you're from Team Skeptic coming in, I apologize. This never happens. Of course it's going to happen to me on the night. Of course. I literally went in and... everything was gone. My clips were just gone. I had them all lined up. I looked. Gone. Thanks a lot. Love it. What's up, people? All right, so my man Judge Stevens was a little giddy today, but not giddy enough to not throw people in timeout. He did it again. Mr. Stevens, go sit over there. I think that could be merch. Go sit over there. Like, get a silhouette outline of Stevens. Go sit over there. And then on the back it says, you're in timeout. Let's rock and roll, people. Here we go.
Yeah, it's not a big bond. Easy. You retain?
No, I'm 20 minutes.
You're Aaron Parker?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Adams is here. Go ahead.
To my understanding, Judge, the victim is recanting her story on this case.
There we go.
Judge, I'm not sure it's fair to say it's a full recantation. I do have information that the victim is telling her mom kind of some facts are the same, some are different. And I've talked to the mother and I've talked to Court Author PD several times now about having the child re-interviewed at the Garth house. I think based on what I've been told she's saying now, it should be a different charge from where we're at now. I cannot schedule interviews at Garth House. Law enforcement has to do it. And I've asked multiple times to have the child re-interviewed. That is not being done. I reach out to the detective. I've had investigators reach out to the detective. So I'm trying to get that done within what I have control over. But if I could have a little bit more time, I'll reach out again.
Well, do we want to reset this for a hearing and order the detective to be here?
I mean, we can
Happy
try
to do
that.
that.
Yeah. Just
All right. But this is something that needs to be expedited.
Well, the problem is, you know what happens when you like to upgrade your channel and show a lot of effort and get a cut above everybody. Technology kind of gives you a bug. So as I'm trying to produce high quality content for you guys and perfect something that has been stale and monotonous for a while and the same old stuff, stuff crashes. I apologize.
We have docket next week, correct?
Yes, sir. We have to trial docket next week.
Do we have any other kind of docket next week?
Maybe about four.
Yeah, I want this as soon as possible, and I'm going to order. Get me the name on the If he needs to be, the person needs to be subpoenaed. Why don't you subpoena him? And if not, I'll order that person to be here. And we'll do it that way, but we're moving forward. Where's the child now? With the mother or something?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Stay by myself.
Mhm. You have an aggravated robbery conviction in 07, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You got a lot to lose here with, you're looking at life on this case.
Life.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Sit over there, please. before we
Sit
do
over
the
there.
resetting.
Sit over
I
there.
see, see how many family assaults have been charged against this guy?
Yes, Judge.
Next. Bring him in.
Here in the courtroom, I asked the bailiff to call into the hall for Kevin Young.
Somebody's
Kevin
getting a
Young.
warrant.
Kevin.
We all know what's going on. Well, what did I reset it for?
You haven't yet.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay.
My man.
We want y'all figure it out on what victims actually want, and if there's any tampering, let me
What up,
know.
JoJo?
I'm gonna just do this one week as
Daylight.
well, because we're gonna move
Same
on with
day.
our lives. Okay, that is all.
Thank you, Judge. Not
Fed
so
up with
reset.
everybody today.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Simpson. Sign on the X for me, please.
Thanks, sir.
You got a plea or something, right?
Yeah, I'm signing right now.
All right, next up, we're gonna go to, guys. If it's a little lagging, it's because literally all my files just got destroyed. I gotta talk to my boy Sean, my IT department, and see what the heck happened. He's gonna yell at me because I did something wrong. So, but we're gonna go. All right, so this was a torrid love affair between two attractive men. Yes, men. It's 2023. Get with the times, people. And only the court can tear their love apart. The judge is writing down, "You have to be kidding me. I can't believe I have to listen to this right now. I thought being a judge would be great. OMG, I'm picturing them two in bed right now." Now all of you are picturing that.
The very end of December.
Of last year? Work. Okay, Mr. Mack, you have filed a petition for family violence against Barry McCrimmon. What is your relationship with Barry McCrimmon?
So we have been partners for 4 years.
Okay. All right, and at that point in time, did you live with each other, or the partners, were you living together, or at any point in time?
Yes, we were.
Okay, and when was there a separation?
The very end of December.
Of last year?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. McCrimmon lives in DeKalb County?
Yes.
Okay, all right, sir, if you would tell me what happened, was there an incidence of violence that occurred between the two of you?
Yes, it was. I would say the very end of September. Um, Me and Mr. McCrimmon found out that it was other things going on in the relationship. So I decided that I wanted to. Well, first, I wanted to work on it, and we had moved to a different location, and months went by, and November came, and I decided to let him know that I just didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. At the time, he understood, and we try to like reconcile things, but I just said that I couldn't like live with someone who I'm no longer, seeing anymore. And being that it was only one bedroom, one bath apartment, things were kind of like it would have been confusion. So he decided to, it was either I was decided to leave or he was decided to leave, and he decided to leave because he said he couldn't afford the bills, by himself at this location that I'm at now. So I helped him look for an apartment where we was looking before, and helped him move all his stuff out at the very end of December. His move in day at his new place was December the 30th. And during that time, everything was fine. But the very first of January, the 7th, Mr. McCrimmon came over. It was a Saturday, and he came over and he said that he wanted to wash some clothes. I went to the door. Mind you, I had a friend in the apartment at the time. I went to the door. I answered the door. He was beating on the door. I opened it and I told him, "Hold on 1 second." And then he replied to me and said, "Is someone in here?" And he pushed the door open, ran in, ran in the other room. Him and the other dude started tussling, and at the time, I really couldn't like tell Mr. McCrammon not to come because his name was still on the apartment lease. But I just asked that he, respect, the apartment being that I was still living there. Um, that didn't work. Mr. McCrammon circled around the block all day. Um, Me and him got into an altercation because he never left the scene. He drove back around, got back out his car, started yelling and stuff outside, and I told him you need to leave and stuff like that, because he was trying to fight me, and he threw my phone and all those things. I didn't call the police in this incident because I didn't want him to like get in trouble. So he finally left. So then that's when I knew I couldn't like stay at the apartment. So I was staying at my friend's house until I got everything situated on the lease. I would say 2 weeks rolled by. Mr. McCrammon was sending me random emails stating like all the things that he was going to do. One minute it was "I love you" in the email. The next minute it was "I'm gonna expose you to everybody. Tell everybody you got STDs." He went on TikTok, made videos about me. He posted a video of me in a video that an incident that occurred 2 weeks after he came to the apartment that I live now. His name was still on the lease, and I was trying to like get his name off at the time. And he came Saturday morning at 3:00 a.m. I sent emails that he sent over. I wasn't home at the time. I was spending the night at a friend's house because I was scared to live in the apartment at that moment, because he knew his name was still on the lease, so he still could come in and out as he pleased. Mr. McCrimmon said he got a locksmith and opened the door, but the way the door looked, I even took pictures of it. It looked like he broke in. He called the maintenance guy. Told the maintenance guy that um he lost his key and he needed to get in, and you only can call a maintenance request if it's an emergency, and they don't consider those emergency. So, Mr. McCrimmon, keep in mind I was sleeping. I was in my sleep at the time. I got woke up from text messages and stuff from my supervisor at my job stating that somebody called my job and said that to get home immediately because it's an emergency, and it was a guy who had called for me. I asked her, did she know who was calling? Did they give a name? She said no. She said it was an emergency. I go in my email. He sent pictures over of he broke down my bed, moved everything in the living room, had the police over there telling me to come get my he used another word, but come get my stuff before I throw it in the dumpster, or I could take it to Whole Foods, which where I was working at the time. And he said he was gonna put it in at Whole Foods front door. Keep in mind, Barry, when I helped Barry move out of the apartment at the very end of December, I helped him move all of his belongings, so he didn't have no belongings in that apartment. All the furniture, all the clothes that was in the pictures that I sent over as evidence, all of those was my stuff, and he had moved and did whatever to it. When I finally got on the scene, I called the police because I didn't want to go there alone, and police department came. They said that they can't tell him to leave because this is his place, which I respected that. But the thing about it is he had done broke the lock on the door. He kept the door open, causing confusion. The police had to be called a second time because Barry McCrimmon, he had gifted me a juicer, and he said he wanted that juicer. And at the time the juicer was not in the apartment. So the police was called again because he started going through my stuff, and then he pushed me,
Give me my juicer.
and then that's when we got into an altercation, and I have a video of me trying to like push him out of the door and close the door. I called the police again, and when the police arrived on the scene the second time, they told Mr. McCrimmon that he had to leave because he was calling confusion. And at the moment, I was trying to move all my stuff out of the apartment. So after that weekend followed, because I really couldn't do nothing for the apartment complex, that Monday came and I paid the $95 to apply for the apartment fee again. Keep in mind, I had to pay for the locks on the door, replace the whole frame because the whole frame was cracked. And I didn't even let him know this, but he thought the locks, I had to pay for the locks, but in reality, I had to pay for the whole frame because in the picture, the
Hola,
frame was
listen.
cracked. So they had to replace everything. So Monday came and I went to the leasing office, paid $95 for an application to apply all over again, and got that situated. Barry did come, and he had to sign a piece of paper as well to like forfeit his deposit and everything like that. And I have all the papers that the apartment is in my name. Keep in mind, after all of this happened,
Excuse me one
I
moment.
did.
Hold on. Is this the same apartment or did you go into a different apartment?
No, so this is the same apartment, but I
Okay, but
just
it's
had to
now in your
apply.
name.
Yes, I just had to apply again, and then it was in my name.
Okay, thank you.
During during all of this going on, thinking that
What's going on? We're having like thunderstorms over by me. It could be the weather outside, because you guys know this stream usually just runs so fluid. I don't know what's going on tonight, so it's a little hiccupy. So I apologize if it's a little hiccups.
I can have some safety, like, because thinking that he won't come and knock the door in, like, at some point at night. He was still sending me emails. He sent over an email stating that
I just want my juicer.
he said what I had, it was a STD or something like that. Like I said, he was making TikTok videos. He reached out to my family members. He contacted my brother. He put in a text message to him, threatening him, saying if he got his name in his mouth one more time, he's gonna do whatever. But in reality, it was only me and Mr. McCrimmon that was going through that. It wasn't my family members. He didn't have to post anything on social media. He didn't have to send me random emails, getting in contact with my friends, spreading lies about me. And the incident where Mr. McCrimmon said that he stated that he just wanted answers from me. One moment when I was on the phone with Mr. McCrimmon, like, I gave him answers that he wanted. He was driving at the time. He wrecked his car, and he said he did it on purpose. He admitted himself in Emory Hospital. I have text messages from him because I was texting him, asking him, was he okay? I'm still having a heart for him.
All right, peeps, I'm gonna jump because this is I'm gonna get this back up and running for you. I apologize, like I said, my technical issues. I'm usually on it. All right, so SeaTac did not disappoint yet again. We're gonna go to SeaTac. This was a funny little one. Just listen to this guy on the phone.
And the city is moving to dismiss without prejudice on that case. Again, this is one ending in 4726, based on some doubts as to whether the city could prove that case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Any objection from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
There we go.
That be dismissed without
We're running
prejudice.
now.
And then on the other two,
Your Honor, we have a motion to continue to May the 2nd. Your Honor, Mr. Wharton is adamant that he was in custody on those two violation dates as well. He believes that the court, as well as Mr. Mercer, is aware of that. We're just requesting a short set over to May 2nd so that we can obtain the documentation to show that.
any objection from the city?
No, and my memory is just that it was the discussion about that one on February 16th. But all that would be recorded. Mr. Wharton could go on to the court's website and listen to the audio and hear for himself what was discussed. But I believe he was present on video last time, actually, instead of
And that's my recollection as well, that the only case that we discussed at the last hearing was the case ending in 726, not the cases ending in 755 or 754.
Understood, Your Honor.
Mr. Wharton, do you understand that you're waiving your right to a speedy trial in order to get this continuance, and you'll need to unmute by hitting *6?
Your Honor.
Hi.
Your Honor, you remember me, right? I
I remember
to the Union Gospel Mission. Remember
I have a lot of people at the Union Gospel
Mission.
There are a lot of people who come to court.
So
what happened was,
discussion about this, Mr. Wharton.
Mr. Wharton, we're not discussing the case today. Today is not a fact-finding hearing. It's just your attorney's making a motion to continue.
So that we can get the documentation.
Right. I'm trying to move to Arizona right now, and I just don't want to have anything hanging over me in Washington State.
Okay, well, one of the things that's hanging over you in Washington State is you have a warrant out of Kent Municipal Court.
I know that.
Okay, you'll need to clear that warrant before the next hearing. So, sir, do you understand that you're waiving your right to a speedy trial in order to get this continuance?
Yes, this is a really difficult case for me because, you know, I didn't commit these crimes and I was in custody when they both happened.
And it looks like your attorney's going to look into that. That is not the issue today, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the information in front of me, and the prosecutor doesn't have the information. So the prosecutor doesn't sound like he's making a motion to dismiss today.
I'm going to go down to King County Courthouse because last time I was there talking to the lady down there, she verified that I was in custody until January 19th.
And Mr. Wharton, you can keep telling me all these things. It's not going to make any difference today. I'd like to focus on the fact that you're asking for a continuance.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, do you understand that you're waiving your right to a speedy trial in order to get this continuance?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that what you want to do today?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll
I'd
grant
like
the
to get this whole thing resolved today.
I understand that. It doesn't sound like that's possible today.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, last time we went through this, ma'am, it took less than 3 minutes to pull it up on the computer screen and show that I was in custody.
I'm not the one who's making a motion to dismiss. It's the city, and it doesn't sound like they're satisfied, and they're not willing to do that today.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I mean, how many guys have a goatee and a baseball hat running around SeaTac Airport? That's what he went off with. That's what the arresting officer went off with.
Mr. Wharton, you can keep arguing with me, and it's not going to make a difference. The city is not moving to dismiss today.
All right.
Before the next hearing, which will be on May 2nd at 10 o'clock in the morning over Zoom, we'll need to quash the warrant in Kent Municipal Court. Do you still receive mail at the address? I don't have any address for you at all. Where do you see?
No, I don't. I don't.
He's homeless at the moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
I thought he was living at the Union Gospel Mission.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well.
He was supposed to be long-term inpatient, is what I remember. So, okay.
It didn't work out very well. I mean, I went in there, stayed for a little bit, and then,
Right. I didn't mean to jump into the conversation, but that was.
Mr. Wharton, don't get into it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wharton, thank you. We'll see you back here on May 2nd at 10 o'clock in the morning.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Ms. Fishman, do you have another matter?
Not at the moment, Your Honor.
This gets funny every time I see it. I'm sorry. How many guys go? I thought he was living at the Union Gospel Mission. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my God, I'm fogging up. Oh, all right. Oh God, let's get back. Oh God, yeah, that didn't work out very well. He reminds me of an Adam Sandler character, like an Adam Sandler character, like Bobby Boucher. I can't. Oh God, that was great. Okay, so since I was having technical difficulties, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull from the internet, because I was going to show the two clips anyway of Mr. Naked and the Mr. Rock, the Crybaby. So I put that on a video. The video is getting tons of views. Thank you guys for just liking it and just everything. It's just so great. Every day I post something and just getting the response. It's awesome. So I'm just going to pull it right from the internet. Oh my God, if you want replay Mr. Wharton. Mr. Wharton's my guy. I'm pulling audio from him. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. Mr. Wharton is my hero. Oh God. All right, let's go. Here we go. Oh God. Now I have a headache. Technical difficulties, a headache. Oh God, what else could go wrong today? Oh God, that was great. All right, so I'm gonna pull this right off.
He's trying to lead the court to believe that no one told.
Okay, guys, here we go. Hopefully this works. Okay. Okay, so I was working. I was doing my thing, recording. I always have Judge Grandma recording because she is lightning in a bottle. You never know what's going to happen. So on one device, I always have her rolling. All of a sudden, I hear her court reporter go, "Ah! Oh my God!" I spit out one of my coffee. I rewound. I was like, "Oh my God!" And then I created the short. I posted it. This is for you guys. This is phenomenal. Let's get rolling. Brace yourselves. I did blur it. Brace yourselves. And this clip came from me.
Fees is set by the court.
Counsel, would you like the offer to remain available until the next court date?
Judge, could we have a docket conference with you? Just, I think this is going to resolve, but I do need to go to see Mr. McIntosh in the jail.
Would you like for the offer to remain available until your
Yes,
next
Judge.
court date?
Yes, Judge.
It
Yes,
will.
Please. Thank you. So ordered. That- I wish we could have got the name on the bottom. I don't know if we were able to see who's the vice. So ordered. That-
Oh, come on. Oh my God. Look at everybody's reaction. Just watch them. What, you guys? Now, take that in and now watch this with me. Thank you, Sean, for the memberships. Thank you, Allison. Watch everybody's reaction. Watch the defendant. Watch the girl in purple. Look at the one to the right of Thomas. Just watch it. It is incredible. Wow! Holy moly!
All right. I wish
Look
we
at
could
the
have got
defendant.
the name on the bottom. I
Look
don't
at
know if we were able to see whose device that belonged to. Docket conference will occur on.
One moment, Your Honor.
Oh. Oh, that was beautiful.
Good morning, Mr. Rock.
Okay,
Can you
so
remove
now-
your hat? You're in our courtroom now.
So now we have Mr. Rock, and he's everything but a rock. He's a schmuck in a bottle. And he's haven't paid 1 red cent to his daughter. And he throws everything at Judge Brolick. And Judge Brolick's usually soft. He doesn't give. Sit back and enjoy this clip.
Yes, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Ugh.
Waiting for the other side to connect, Mr. Rock. Hopefully, you were able to make a payment today toward your child support obligation, because when you're elevated this level, that means you're moving closer to contempt and possible jail. Just letting you know that.
Yes, Your Honor. I will be able to make a payment today, Your Honor.
Okay, this is where you reach out to family and friends to.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying. Could I say a few things?
All right.
Yeah, wait a moment. We're gonna wait for.
Okay.
For Ms. Wilkie to appear. And
It looks like she's. I can see her.
Right, but she's not fully connected yet. We don't have
okay.
No audio. So just hold on.
You.
This is for Miss Wilkie.
Yeah, I know, Your Honor. Now she's got it unmuted.
Ms. Welke, can you hear the court?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we'll call the case.
Court is now in session. Melanie Wilkie versus Robert Rock. So there's two.
Somebody's got two devices on. Ms. Welke, do you have another device on? We're getting feedback. Can you turn off that other device you might have in your room?
My speaker don't work that well. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay. All right. Ms. Welke, can you hear the court?
She's got it muted.
Yeah, we muted you because you got a second device on your room. Do you have your computer on, your cell phone? Can you maybe turn that other device off?
Me? No.
All right. We'll mute Ms. Welke until we need to talk to her to prevent the feedback.
I know
Okay,
she's at the doctor.
Court has called the case of Melanie Welke versus Robert Rock. Mr. Rock is before the court for possible show cause proceedings at the request of the North Family Court. This is a Zoom hearing. In addition to Mr. Rock being present, the plaintiff Melanie Welke is present, and North Family Court Patrice Patrick is present. Ms. Patrick.
Your Honor, on this matter, Mr. Rock started with the referee in November of 2022. He had an adjournment then saying that he was going to find work and make a payment. We adjourned to February. He was told to find work, make a payment. We are now in April. He states in front of the court he has no job and cannot make a payment. So at this point, the front of the court is requesting a first finding of contempt, 7 days immediate, $500 cash bond.
Ms. Patrick, how much are the arrears?
The arrears at this time, Your Honor, is $1,727.50. This is a 2021 case, charging $109 per month. Mr. Rock has never made a payment on this case.
That was my next question. What was the last payment? He said he's not made any payments.
There has never been a payment made on this case, Your Honor.
The order was entered in December of 2021.
Correct.
So it's, all right, Mr. Rock, do you understand that you're being charged with civil contempt of court for failure to pay child support? Upon conviction, upon conviction, you could be ordered served with 45 days in jail because there's distinct possibility of jail, Mr. Rock. You have the right to an attorney. If you're unable to afford an attorney, the court will appoint an attorney to represent you at public expense. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you asking for a court-appointed attorney, Mr. Rock?
I don't have one.
Or we'll grant your request for court-appointed attorney. I'd ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Your address is still 1371 Wendell Avenue, Ypsilanti, 48198. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a cell number that the attorney can call you at.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
What's the number?
313-460-3827.
Are you disabled?
No, Your Honor. I just have.
Do you currently have any income?
No, just help from my sister and just work on the side. I have
Hold on, Mr. Rock. You said no to the court's question. You have income, and you said, "Well, I've got some side jobs."
Well, if a side job comes up, like a concrete job or a lawn job or something, I'll go do it. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Rock, I'll tell you, the front of the court is a 4-page list of employers that are screaming for employees. I can get you a job today. Of course, that's in Monroe County. And I'm sure it's the same situation I'm saying. There are employees out there screaming for employees, so you need to get a job. Do you own any property of any value?
No, I have a truck. Yeah.
Okay. How do you pay for the insurance?
I have no insurance on it right now. It's what the hard time is right now. I just went down to get.
Do you have any bank accounts?
No.
Okay. All right. The court will grant request for a court-appointed attorney. You are ordered to appear before this court personally, Mr. Rock. You need to come down to Monroe. You need to appear personally because of the. In order to appear on Thursday, April 6th, 11:15 a.m.
Okay, can I say a few things?
I'm gonna bring a toothbrush and also bring some cash because if you want to avoid going to jail, you need to pay cash payment. The court suggesting that you be prepared to pay us $750.
How
If you want
much?
to avoid $750. $750 if you want to avoid going to jail. Otherwise, you can't. This is where you reach out to your sister, other family members to get $750. If you can pay that, the court's inclined to adjourn it. If not, there's a very good chance you're going to spend Easter weekend in jail, Mr. Rock.
Yes.
So again, that's April 6th. Today's Tuesday. That's Thursday of this week, 11:15 to Pier Percy. Gronk is on the 4th floor of the courthouse.
Can I explain all the things that I've been trying to do to get a job? Like I went down to get all my stuff expunged, fingerprints, so that I have no background no more. I've been doing that. I mean, my daughter, since I seen you guys last, I've been trying to go get her. I went and got her nails done. I know I shouldn't have treated her like a little lady and been trying to make everything happy for her and maybe come down and made a payment, but I am so new to this. And like, I got fingerprints done to get this expunged off my record. This is my first time ever doing this. I'm asking for you guys to give me a second.
What is he new to? Life? Like, are you kidding me? You can't make a payment because you got your daughter's nails done? I've done more with my daughter, and I'm sure all of you have, in the last half hour than this guy has done in her entire life. This guy is a sorry excuse for a man. Makes me sick.
Like a chance to make some payments before we make this, and I bring the money. I've spent it on my daughter, but I know that I probably should have made a payment. I was unaware that I can make payments at a 7-Eleven or anything like that. I really have been trying to get a job. So hard for me because I don't know if you guys know my felony case. The case, when they see it, they just say straight up no to me because of the charge. And it's really hard. And I'm so sorry that I can't make a payment. And I know that you guys hear this all the time, but I know that my daughter's, me being in my daughter's life lately, and I don't know if Miss Wilkie can speak on behalf of me, but she definitely would want me to be in her life still right now. And I could come make a payment, a small payment today, and keep up on the payments by how I can start making weekly payments every week of $100 just to get this all caught up. I will do this today, and I'll go make $100 payment today. And I will start off and I'll make another $100 payment next week. And we can adjourn the court to like 3 weeks, and you can see that I've paid $300 in 3 weeks. Maybe we can go there, please. I just asked. If you look at these fingerprints, I went and got it all expunged. I done sent it to Washtenaw County. I have to send this copy to Wayne County to have them expunge the record down there. And then I'm trying to go further to try to get, I've been talking to a pro bono lawyer for my felony case from when I was a child, and trying to get that expunged off my record now so that I don't have to go through people just looking at my background and telling me no, not even giving me a chance. I'm just asking you guys, please give me this chance, because I know that I'm sober 5 years of drinking and drugs and alcohol. I'm just trying to get my life better myself. I promise. Like, I don't know. I know that it might not matter to anybody there, but it matters to my daughter because I really have. And if you look at Miss Wilkie, she'll tell you that I've been being in my daughter's life recently a lot more. And I just, please give me the opportunity to $100 payment today and then $100 next week and whatever, etc. Please.
All right. Right, Mr. Rock, it's wonderful that you want to be and that you're active in the life of your child. That's wonderful. But the reality is, this has been going on for a year and a half. This offer.
I know, but
hold on. I've given you a chance to talk. Let the court finish. You should have made this offer in front of the court months ago. There are a lot of employers that will hire people with felony records. They don't even require drug screens. Mr. Rock, you're just not being attentive to secure employment. You're being too picky, too choosy. So you can talk with your court-appointed attorney about that. Again, you're to appear on Thursday, April 6th, 11:15 a.m. personally in the Monroe County Courthouse outside Judge Brown's courtroom. And I'm suggesting to you that if you already have $100, come up with another $650. You can pay our $750 on Thursday. The court will adjourn this matter. But you've got to take this matter seriously. And the fact that you're active in your daughter's life, that's all fine and well, but we have a child support obligation that needs to be enforced. In the front of the court, is at their wits' end because you promised this, promised that, and there's been nothing paid. This order was entered in December of 2021.
I
Now
know.
mid-2023. You've not
I know.
made any effort.
I
If
know.
in fact you're unemployed, Mr. Rock, you file a motion to reduce your support. But you've
I
done
don't
nothing. You
know.
sat on your hands for a
I
year.
don't-
So
I don't know what
the-
that means. What you said.
don't know.
A motion to what?
You file a motion to reduce your support.
I don't know.
If in fact you can't find a job and you've showed the efforts, you can file a motion. I can't afford $109 a month. That's pretty nominal, $100 a month.
I can do it. I just need to know how and where. It's all it is. That's all. I just didn't know that I could do it anywhere.
You can always reach out in front of the court and say, I'm having some problems, or I can't get a job because of my felony record. I'm trying to clear it up. And the front of the court can help you. They can give you some employment leads, opportunities. They can give you a form to follow to reduce your support obligation, but $109 is pretty nominal. So in any event, the court has granted a request for attorney. The attorney will contact you by phone, and we'll see you personally on
Your
Thursday,
Honor.
April
Your Honor.
6th, 11:15.
Your Honor.
Yes,
Could-
Mr. Rock.
Enough chrome.
April 6th. Today is the 4th. Could you please give me a few more days to come up with $650? Please.
The court's gonna.
That's 2 days. Please, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try to do this the right way and get it situated. Please. That's why I was saying that.
Courts can be unavailable the following week. Miss Patrick, what's your office's position on that?
I'm going to try, Miss Patrick. I promise you, you will see a payment in that box. I promise you.
My question is some of the statements Mr. Rock made, I don't believe are true. He was in front of Mr. McKee twice. Then he was in front of Ms. Hicks. Now he's trying to lead the court to believe that no one told him how to make the payments. No one told him he had a caseworker. As the court is well aware, and I told Mr. Rock, Mr. McKee used to be in front of the court attorney. I'm sure he explained this all to Mr. Rock. I'm going to let this up to the court, Your Honor. I prefer that it stays this week, but if the court wants to adjourn it to next week, we will accommodate.
I promise.
Well, this court's not going to be available next week, so Mr. Rock, we're going to leave us on for Thursday. Again, reach out to some family and friends, and hopefully have that because I don't want you to spend Easter holiday in jail.
He just doesn't want to go to jail.
Thursday, April 6th, 11:15 a.m. Make some contacts out there.
What if I can
Obviously,
come up with
someone is supporting you, Mr. Rock. Someone's supporting you. I don't know if it's a girlfriend or who it is, but someone's obviously putting a roof over your head and feeding you, so they can start with that person.
My sister helps me, and I do have a girlfriend.
Okay, there you go. There's two contacts right there, your girlfriend, your sister. You can pay them back when you get a job. All right.
I just wanted a few more days. I just need a few more days to come up. Could I come up with something?
Okay, this is not time to negotiate, Mr. Rock. I've given you some idea of what needs to be done to avoid jail sentence. You can talk to the attorney about that, but that's the court's decision. So, Ms. Wilkie, is there anything you want to add that you're here?
Melanie.
We can unmute Miss Wilkie. We'll unmute her. Ms. Wilkie, is there anything you want to add?
Sorry. I had to take my daughter to the doctor.
Okay, no problem.
Now what?
This matter's been adjourned to Thursday. You've heard that.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Okay, you're not required to appear, but you can if you wish.
Yes, I heard that. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that will conclude this matter. Mr. Rock, see you in a couple days. Do
I'm
your
sorry.
best.
I'm at the doctor's. The kid's sick, and I had to take her to the doctor. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Shut up, lady.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Ms. Patrick. That will conclude this matter.
Thank you.
Oh, this guy is going away. Someone's gonna come up with that money though. Who is he kidding? Who is he kidding? Oh, this guy, it makes me sick. Oh my god. All right, guys, I'm gonna the way I see it, my boy, the way I see it, I had the same clips he did. So just because I lost my files, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna give him credit for it. The way I see it, he makes perfect clips. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, give him a like, give him a subscribe, turn notifications on for him. He's pumping out clips like 4 or 5 times a day. So I'm gonna go off his stuff because I had the same stuff he had. We're always sharing clips and stuff. So let's rock and roll. Just give me 1 second, guys. Thanks for being patient. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is Webster. So we had Webster today, and just get a load of this ragtag group.
Are you Miss Davenport or Miss Beisner?
I'm Davenport.
We're on the record in 2023 CR 68, State of Kansas versus Morgan McKay Davenport. State appearing by and through Assistant County Attorney Jill Gillette.
County attorney, not assistant judge.
County Attorney, excuse me, County Attorney Jill
Ooh,
Gillette.
Missy getting a little feisty today.
The defendant appearing in person and pro se from the Greenwood County Jail. Oh, I think I've got my computer cooperating. Miss Morgan Davenport, you are here on first appearance. Count one, you are accused of the felony charge possession of opium, narcotic, and the drug specifically charged is methamphetamine and or MDMA. This is a level 5 drug felony. Depending on your criminal history, if you were to be convicted and sentenced, your sentence would be anywhere from 10 to 42 months in prison, and your fine could be up to $100,000. In count 2, you are accused of unlawful possession of the controlled substance marijuana and or THC, its active ingredient. With no prior convictions alleged for marijuana, this is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. If convicted, you could serve up to 6 months in the county jail where you are now, and you could pay a fine up to $1,000. In count 3, you're accused of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. It is alleged that you had a butane lighter, various containers, a vape pen, and Ziploc baggie, all with the intent to use to either store, contain, conceal, inject, ingest, inhale, or otherwise introduce a controlled substance into the body. This also is a Class B non-person misdemeanor, which means you could serve another 6 months and pay another $1,000 fine. In count 4, you're accused of operating a motor vehicle with no proof of liability insurance, also a B non-person misdemeanor, but it has a minimum fine of $300 up to $1,000. And again, the sentence in jail could be up to 6 months. So at this point, Ms. Davenport, do you have any questions just about what the charges are or what their possible penalties are?
No, ma'am. I just was gonna see if I could get a bond reduction. This is my first time getting in any kind of trouble. It was my aunt's vehicle.
All right. Does that suggest that if there were drugs in it, it would belong to your aunt? Is that what you're suggesting, that you didn't know they were there and they were your aunt's?
Right under the bus.
Okay, what's your aunt's name?
Selena Kerr.
Selena Kerr, K-E-R-R?
So bad.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
What a rat.
Was she in the car with you at the time?
No.
Well, all right, let's first do a couple of other things and then come back to that. Let's find out if you're going to hire an attorney or if you need to apply for court appointed.
I was supposed to start a job actually tomorrow.
Bingo!
So have you been unemployed for a while?
No,
We
ma'am.
get 2 a night, at
no,
least.
I've been employed. I was
When was
just
when was the
starting
last
to-
time you worked?
a couple weeks ago.
And where was that?
Azura Health,
What kind of work did you do for Azura Health?
CNA.
And why did you leave that job?
My older sister passed away.
Oh, that guy just
and
picked his nose. Did you
the way they
see
handled
that?
it wasn't right.
All right, so you took a few weeks.
The way they handled it wasn't right.
All right, so you took a few weeks off and you've got, is it a job interview?
Azura Health,
What?
What kind of work did you do for Azura Health?
CNA.
And why did you leave that job?
My older sister passed away, and
Hey, look.
the way they handled it wasn't right.
All right, so you took a few weeks off and you've got, is it a job interview or you actually start the new job?
No, I was actually supposed to start the new job tomorrow.
And where is it?
Rolling Hills, it's in Wichita.
Is that a country club?
No, ma'am, it's a nursing home.
It's a nursing home too, okay. And you'll do CNA work there?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know what your monthly pay will be?
16 hourly.
And are you married or single?
Single.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
3.
Do you get child support for any of these 3?
No, ma'am.
She don't know the baby daddy.
Do you pay rent or a mortgage?
Rent.
What do you pay per month for rent?
$650.
And do you pay utilities on top of that?
Yes, ma'am.
I wish.
What do you pay in utilities?
Maybe 400 altogether.
All right, I'm going to appoint an attorney. You'll need to call back here later in the week and talk to Missy, my assistant, to find out who your attorney is, and then call that attorney and work with that attorney concerning your defense on these cases. You're going to get a hearing date. Missy, when's your next hearing date?
June 9th at 1:30.
You'll need to be back here with your attorney on Zoom June 9th at 1:30. And then that leaves us with the issue of your bond. We're back to that. What is your scheduled bond at this time? Is it 15?
It's 12,000.
12,500,
Judge.
12,500?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and where did you tell me you live? What town?
Leon.
How long have you lived in Leon?
Over a year now.
What brought you to Leon?
My brother, he was my neighbor.
What's your brother's name?
David Davenport.
Did he have
Did
drugs
you
too?
grow up in Leon, or how did you find Leon?
No, I grew up in El Dorado. I like the quiet out there.
You live inside the city or out in the country?
I live right on the edge of the town, right by the bus barn.
She lives on the
Okay, I know
outskirts.
exactly where that is. And your brother's still there?
No, they actually just moved to El Dorado, but they're not far from me.
Where do your folks live if they're still around?
Can we just stop and glance at that fro top left? Monica Dial has got a fro and a half. It's a beaver. I'm sorry.
Hi, folks. My mom lives in Towanda.
Okay.
And do we notice Judge Webster's hoop earrings today? Stylish.
What's her name?
Mary Sparks.
Mary Sparks, okay. All right, anything from the state concerning the bond?
Judge, Miss Davenport does live in the area. Her criminal history does match, except for she did have a diversion for MIC when she was a juvenile. I don't know that she realizes I can see those. She cooperated with the officers at the scene of her stop. I do not believe that she's a flight risk,
Definitely kitsch.
and I hope that she shows up for her hearing on the 9th of June. So I don't have an opposition to lowering her bond or giving her an OR bond because I do not believe that she's going to run off, and she's been honest in what she's told you.
All right, I am not going to give you an OR bond because I think these charges are serious enough that they warrant some surety, but I will reduce it to 5,000 cash or surety. So you can either put the 5,000 up yourself, or you can give the bondsman 500 and he can be responsible if you don't show up.
That was great.
Any questions?
That was absolutely great.
Okay. You may go, Ms. Davenport. Will be on the record in 2023 TR 104, State of Kansas versus Alvin Sawi Lemayan.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, the nose picker.
Mr. Lemayan.
That's
Mr.
me.
Booger.
Mr. Lemayan, this is your first appearance in court. You are charged with speeding 77 in a 60. That is a traffic infraction, which means it does not carry any jail time. But if you were to be convicted and this were not a school zone or a construction zone, you would get a scheduled fine for 77 in a 60. That fine would be $87 plus $108 in court costs. In count 2, you're accused of operating a motor vehicle without registration or tag. That is an unclassified misdemeanor. The penalty for an unclassified misdemeanor is anywhere from $50 to $2,500, a possible jail sentence of 30 days to 6 months. On count 3, attempted vehicle liability insurance required. I don't know. I saw that here a while back and I still don't know what that means. Ms. Gillette, what does attempted no insurance mean? Does that mean he was trying to drive a car without insurance but didn't succeed in driving it?
I don't have it down as attempted. It's no proof of insurance, 43104.
Okay, well, somebody needs to check how it's entered because it comes out as an unclassified. It says attempted vehicle liability insurance required, a parenthesis attempt, and an unclassified misdemeanor. So if what they're saying you did is drive a vehicle without insurance, that's a class B non-person misdemeanor. Under Kansas law, that means you could be fined $300 to $1,000. It also means you could have a jail sentence up to 6 months. Now, if you had insurance at the time of the stop, but just didn't have it with you, take that to Ms. Gillette and she can dismiss that charge. Most likely she would dismiss it.
Yeah, Honorable Judge. Whenever the police officer pulled me over, the place that didn't have any service, and I had my insurance on my phone, but I was pulled over on the 18th.
March 18th, yes. That's
Yeah,
what it says.
but that was on a Saturday, and on Monday I was able to fax in the insurance.
He faxed it to us, but it's not valid. It lapsed for non-payment in October. My office calls to confirm those.
Okay, well, they're saying that you gave it to them, but they checked with the insurance company and the insurance company said that it ran out in October. You didn't make a payment.
Ma'am, I've been paying on the insurance. I don't know why it will be like that.
All right, so I need to give you a chance to check into that with your insurance company and try again to get it to the county attorney. Does he look like he might be a diversion candidate, Ms. Gillette?
No, he's had 5 tickets in 2 years.
For any of them for insurance or registration?
Yes.
Okay, so this may become an A misdemeanor?
Yes.
If you had a prior conviction for operating a motor vehicle without insurance in the last 3 years, this count 3 becomes an A misdemeanor. If convicted, your sentence could be up to a year in the county jail. Your minimum fine would be $800 up to $2,500. You do, sir, have the right to an attorney to represent you, help you look into this, answer some questions, and present your case to the court or to Ms. Gillette. Do you want to hire an attorney, or if you cannot afford an attorney, we can see if you qualify for court appointed, but you don't have to have an attorney. You can continue on your own behalf if you wish.
I'll get a court-appointed attorney.
All right, and are you working at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow.
Where do you work?
I'm a traveling CNA.
Well, I've heard they're making a lot of money right now. Maybe that's just RNAs, but what are you making per month?
Actually, I don't make that much with my agency.
Okay.
I make up to, because I don't work full-time, I don't make 40 hours.
Okay.
I can make up to 2,000, 2,500.
And are you married or single?
I'm married, but at the moment we're separated.
Do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
2.
Do you pay rent or a mortgage?
I pay rent.
How much per month?
$850.
And do you have any other income besides your job?
No, ma'am.
I will appoint Attorney Shannon Cooper to represent you. Folks always have pencil and paper when you come to court. You'll always have things to write down.
Monica Dial has.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Shannon Cooper, and her number is 316.
Davy Crockett.
833
Davy Crockett.
1154.
That thing is huge. And
I
comb
got
your
it.
fro before you get to court.
And your next court date will be the date that Missy's about to give us.
March 12th at 10 o'clock.
What was the date?
May 12th at 10
I didn't
o'clock.
understand that.
May 12th at what time?
Was that Siri?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Webster
Thank
style
you.
Siri?
All right, you said May 12th at 10 o'clock. So be back here, sir, by Zoom. Do your very best to talk to your attorney before now and then so she can
Is
help
that
you
what
in
it is,
your
Pitch?
defense.
Daniel Boone? David
Yes,
Crockett?
ma'am.
Daniel Boone?
And I think the previous time when my car was pulled over, it was my wife who was driving, not me.
We'll talk to Miss Cooper about that.
Okay.
And I'm going to set a bond. Where do you live? What town?
I live in Wichita.
Okay. You're going to have to give me a date that you can get over here to Eureka, Greenwood County, Kansas, which is probably about 45 minutes, an hour away from you. You can't drive. You have to have a legal driver bring you over. And I'm going to give you a bond of 1,500 OR. So Missy, that's 15 OR. That means you don't have to pay the state any money. You don't have to bring money with you. But if you don't come to court on May 12th and any other time that a judge tells you, you will owe that money to the state, and a warrant for your arrest will issue. So when do you think you can get out to Greenwood County?
I can try to make it through this week.
Could you do it on Friday? Or is there another day that would be better? You can even do it on the weekend if you want.
I can try on Friday, man.
All right, sometime Friday, call the Greenwood County Jail before you head over. Make sure they haven't had some catastrophe that they can't get to you, but they're pretty accommodating. So from midnight to midnight, Friday, if you don't come, you're going to be in trouble and get a warrant from them.
Okay, so you said on Friday I just come to Greenwood County Jail?
They take your picture, they take your prints, you sign the bond called the promise to be here, and then they'll kick it.
What is a warrant?
Okay.
Thank you the way I see it. My man came in the clutch for me tonight. Please go subscribe to him. He's the man. Thank you very much. The way I see it, he literally had all the clips I had lined up today. We're always on the same page. Go and subscribe to him. He's red hot lately. Him and Kitch, they're the best. Looking at legal stuff. All right, So what we're gonna do this was the one, the sneaky with the evading. What I'm gonna do. Thank you, Michelle. I'm gonna do. Gotta get my girlfriend in here. We're gonna do some Wyandotte. Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. Here we go. I apologize again for the technical difficulties tonight. Don't know what happened, so we're gonna get this going. Let's do it to it right now. Somebody hug Cachette, please. She needs a hug. Somebody give her a hug. Where's my moderators?
Okay, and this was a request to adjourn on the preliminary examination?
That's correct, Your Honor. We were scheduled today for both those hearings. We had submitted a stipulation and order requesting to adjourn. My client has had fever, chills. Had fever symptoms, aches, and cough. He has living with somebody currently, as he can't be in his residency. He's been living with somebody who has tested positive for COVID. Rather than appearing in person, we had requested to adjourn this out. I know there was an issue last week that we put on the record. We had submitted something, I believe, to your staff, hoping that the court would agree to that. And we'd also asked the court if it would consider, because...
What's up, shoulder pads? 1986 called. They want the shoulder pads back.
Of his being evicted. I know there was an issue where he wasn't allowed to go to work for a few weeks due to the tether zone. It overlapped with his employment, so he wasn't able to get paid. He wasn't able to make payments, and they've now evicted him and the AV in this matter from their apartment. And we had asked if he would be allowed, even with an escort, perhaps, if that would be necessary.
Thank you,
because there's stuff's
Shane,
gonna
my
be put out on the
Jersey
street. I think as early as Monday or Tuesday next week, the
You in
writ
Jersey
could be
yet?
issued. They have the 10-day notice thing, is my understanding.
Okay, did you say that he wasn't able to go to work until that's why he got evicted?
Part of it was there was this overlap with the GPS, and he was definitely making payments, but he wasn't able to go to work because of the overlap until he could get in front of the court and get that fixed. Judge Ward did fix that last week so he could go to work again. And now he's back at work and making money again, but he fell behind again on his payments, and now they have officially evicted them, is my understanding.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think his eviction had anything to do with his GPS zone. He was just arraigned on this matter on March 9th. And that eviction was likely already pending. He was probably already well behind. He already got a writ date.
I think they were on some sort of payment plan, Your Honor. I don't do the landlord-tenant stuff at all. I didn't do that even in private practice. I believe he was on some sort of payment plan. He missed the payments because he wasn't able to go to work until he could get in front of the court. That has been fixed, but now that is coming up rapidly to where he's going to be removed. So we're trying to get his stuff out of there before the actual writ is executed and they take the stuff to the curb. So that's why I had submitted a stipulation order request.
I don't see a stipulation order.
I think I sent one late last night, Your Honor. But the people would stipulate to the fact to allow him to retrieve his stuff with an officer present.
Okay. And then as to the violation, because he's on GPS tether, I think that Judge Ward amended the exclusion zone to be reduced to 1,250 feet, which if the original 2,000 square feet was within his work zone, that his attorney could have made that request on the 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th to have that amended so that he could go to work. There's no way for the court to have known, and there's no note here from the magistrate that when he was arraigned, he notified her that that exclusion zone fell within his proximity of his job. Also, don't even see where he even attempted to enter into that, and then he was notified that it was within the exclusion zone. So it doesn't even sound like he tried to go to work, and that he violated because of that. That doesn't look like it was an issue. Nonetheless, I do have a violation here alleging that there was more than 21 phone calls in violation of the no contact order. And so there was a no contact order issued on March 9th to you, Mr. Kane, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay, there was a no contact order, which you were advised of by Magistrate Milmore back on March 9th.
Daylight.
It says you were not supposed to have contact directly or indirectly with the Anitris Morris, and that included contact by a third party. There's an allegation of jail calls. Between March 8th and 9th. And the 9th and the 10th, while you were allegedly lodged at Ingham County Jail, that there were multiple phone calls made in violation of the no contact order. So you have the right to have a contested hearing on that. You have the right to have the prosecution put forth evidence to establish beyond reasonable doubt whether or not you violated the terms of your bond. If you are found to be in violation of your bond conditions, your bond can be revoked. You could have to sit in jail pending this underlying case. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, and I have one other thing to add to your. I notified the public defender's office about the.
You want to add what?
The me to go back to the exclusion zone. I notified the public defender's office immediately when I seen that it was in the area where it said that I couldn't go with the GPS tether. I have emails to back this up, and was told by the other attorney, Jacob, that there was not going to be a hearing. They couldn't get a hearing, and then I had to wait until the previous hearing to do anything with it. I was out of work because the public defender's office refused to file anything, and I have the email conversations to back that up.
Okay, that'll be noted. I mean, I'm glad you noted that on the record. I just wanted to make it clear that the court was never notified of that, so the court could have amended the bond a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I want to get on record was they were notified many times and tried to get them many times to file something so that I could go back to work. But they didn't do it and forced it to wait until the prior hearing to do anything because they just didn't want to do it because they said that they couldn't get a hearing and probably about 300 other excuses of why they couldn't do it.
Okay, so we'll enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf for the PA 53. We'll set that for a hearing. I do now have the stipulation in order to adjourn the
welcome catatonic
examination. Let's see, due to COVID, doesn't address 21 days. Mr. Kane, you have the right to have your preliminary examination in this matter within 21 days of your arraignment, and that is what caused it to be set for today. But due to the fact that you have been exposed to COVID and that you're experiencing COVID-like symptoms, I'm going to find good cause to adjourn because we don't want you to come in the building with COVID symptoms, okay?
Yes, ma'am. That's why I alerted the attorney as soon as possible.
We'll get you a new date beyond the 21-day timeline. Hold on a second.
This attorney looks like he works as a Civil War reenactor, and he borrowed his uncle's shoulder pad because all he had was his South uniform, Southern Confederate uniform. I'm playing General Lee. Uncle Joe, do you have your shoulder pads? I need your shoulder pads, sir.
Where I missed the payments, where I wasn't at work and had missed the agreement. I'm not having an officer sit there while I get our stuff out of there. The officer is not going to be happy. They're going to try to rush, and I have to pack an entire 2-bedroom apartment up, and they can't rush it.
Okay. Okay,
And I
so
find
this
that,
was an address that you resided at with the alleged victim, is that what you're saying?
yes, all of our stuff
And
is
you
there.
both were evicted?
Yes, we were both evicted
Okay.
because I'd missed the
Mr.
payments
Ring?
because I couldn't go to work.
I'm gonna order that Mr. Ring work with the victim because I agree that an officer doesn't need to sit there while you pack up an apartment. That's not a good use of public
That
dollars.
was my theory. They're looking at a lot of hours, a lot of man hours sitting there doing nothing but,
So
you know,
you need to
twiddling their
work with your
thumbs.
victim so that the victim relieves for a reasonable amount of time so that he can get his.
No, we're clarifying this one here, Mustang. He borrowed his uncle's suit because all he had was the Southern Confederate suit. So that's his uncle's suit. His uncle's not a Civil War reenactor. He is. His uncle just had a uniform, suit with shoulder pads. Listen to what I said, Mustang. Yes, the South War did not wear blue. That's the North. I know.
Stop.
We'll do that.
Okay.
So
and
you
then
get history here too.
The attorneys will work together to communicate that time frame to you so you know when you can do that, okay?
Okay, yeah, we have till April 3rd at 4 p.m. to have all of our stuff out or it's on the curb at 4 o'clock is what they're saying.
What's the address?
5031 or 5831 Richwood Street.
I love you
apartment
guys.
5,
I really do. Welcome,
48911.
Celestia. You're an official nerd.
April 3rd
Welcome to the army.
It's Monday. I'm gonna get the hold tight. I need to get the file. I'm gonna have to extend the rent.
Don't get your shoulder pads in a bundle.
It's April. It's Monday.
Yes, I'd been saying the same thing to the prosecutor's office too, or not the prosecutor, sorry, the public defense office too, and they wouldn't file anything whatsoever to try
Well,
to
they don't
expedite.
They don't handle evictions over there, so I can understand why they probably didn't want to touch that. But we can get it taken care of now, sir.
Okay, yeah, no, it wasn't even to get them to touch the eviction. It was to get them to file for your court so that I could get in there and start packing.
This guy sucks.
Not anything to do with having them go to an eviction court. It was for them to come into your court and say, hey, here's their eviction. It's April 3rd at 4 p.m. And I've been diligently on this, trying to get them to file anything to expedite a hearing with...
You know, I'm not going to sit here and just get thrown on the bus, Judge. I asked him specifically to send me a copy of this writ. He didn't do it. I said I'd file something as soon as he gave it to me, and I never got it. And quite frankly, I don't need to sit here and have him bad-mouthing one of my attorneys who's been answering his emails and corresponding him for a week and then copying me on them. It is what it is. We don't do landlord-tenant work, and I explained that.
We'll get it taken care of. I'm getting the file brought up now.
Good job, Colonel Mustard.
I will go off the record while I get that file.
Don't get your mutton chops in a bundle. I love this judge, by the way.
We're back on the record in the matter of John Kane. I'm first going to address the fact, Mr. Kane, your your eviction has nothing to do with this case. You were supposed to make payment by February, and the affidavit of non-compliance said you made 0 payments, and that was before you were even arraigned and there were any bond conditions. So your bond conditions did not prevent you from paying your rent, sir. That's number 1. Number 2, I did get Judge Flores, who is overseeing the eviction file, to extend the writ till April 13th so that the prosecutor and the public defender's office can make arrangements so that you can go in there, pack up your things, and get them out without the protective party being there. Okay?
Yes, okay. Have a problem with my phone.
No problem. Do you have any questions at this time about that?
Yeah, where do I put my muzzle loader?
So I'm able to, when will I be able to go and retrieve everything out of the apartment that got to be packed up?
Okay, well, consistent with my last statement was that the prosecutor's office and the public defender's office will work out a timeline, and they'll notify you as to when you can safely go in there to do that without having the protected party in that space, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Ring, you can just direct the emails to me, and I will oversee it and keep in touch with Mr. Kane myself. since Mr. Sartz is unavailable currently.
Sounds good.
And I check my email all week.
El Douche. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to just replay the, because I literally dragged this to the finish line. I put all of my skills at the table today. I don't know what happened. It crashed on me, and I promise this is never going to happen again. And I thank you for hanging in with me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go Team Skeptic real quick, and we are going to just replay the beginning where he shouts me out. I don't know if you guys saw it. I played it at the end, but then that's when the live cut. I really thank him for everything he did. He did not have to do that. That was so cool of him. I reached out to him. He reached out back to me. He was just awesome, man. He's just awesome. He found my videos, and that was so cool, man. It was just awesome. I'm speechless. So I'm gonna play the beginning, and then you guys have a good night. Just hold on one second.
From a channel I watch called Time Served, who puts out regular court videos like the one we're gonna watch today, which involves a sovereign citizen who not only spouts the same sovereign citizen nonsense, but also claims that he's not responsible for trespassing because he was too drunk. So if you're looking for more court content like this, then head over to the Time Served channel and check him out. A link will be in the description. So let's begin.
And as to Mr. Milton, is there a comp?
That was unbelievable. And in the land of this little niche that we have, when you reach out to certain people and they act like you don't even exist, when all you wanted to do was just be a part of the little community and contribute, for someone to find your stuff and then reach out to you and say, hey, listen, I want to give you a shout out, when he didn't have to at all, I thank you, Team Skeptic. And whatever you need, me and my followers will be here for you. If you ever need us, I salute you, my friend. Guys, I promise tomorrow I will be on point. I'm going to fix whatever this was. I promise you. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy my videos if you haven't seen me. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who gave me donos. Thank you to everybody. You've been served.